This presentation is on President Barack Obama. As you know, he is the 44th President of the United States, and he's a Democrat. He will have served 2 full terms, and the remaining months of this year will be his last months as president. President Obama was born on August 4th, 1961. Now, this is his pre-presidential life. He attended Columbia University and studied political and international affairs, and became a political science major. He was also a researcher with Business International Group. He worked as a community organizer in the South Side of Chicago, and there he created the Developing Communities Project, and that improved public housing and conditions. And then at Harvard Law School, he became the president of the Harvard Law Review, and this obviously helped with his development and growth in politics. Like, he became the Illinois state senator, as you can see here in this picture, and then obviously later to become the 44th president of the United States. These are Obama's domestic achievements. He created the job of Chief Performance Officer, and that job basically just saves and monitors money for the federal government, controlling debt and stuff. He significantly improved the economy. After his first year as president, he created over 2.1 million jobs, and more jobs were created in 2010 alone than Bush created in the entire 8 years that he was president. Through this economic recovery, Obama also created the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, and that cut taxes for 95% of working families. The Bipartisan Fiscal Commission was created to begin controlling the U.S. debt from the recession. And then in January of this year, 2016, unemployment is finally below 5%, and this is the first time it has been below 5% in 8 years. The Manufacturing Extension Partnership was created to increase manufacturing efficiency. The White House Council on Native American Affairs was an executive order and was created to improve government-to-government relationships and legal and political relationships with recognized Native Americans. And finally, on his domestic achievements list, we have the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, most commonly known as Affordable Care Act or Obamacare. This is one of his most common achievements, and it increases health insurance affordability, quality, and availability. And so I would rate his domestic achievements an A+. There are so many more achievements that could go on this list. However, for this project, we had a maximum. Next, we have his foreign policy, and this is also known as the Obama-Biden plan. It was developed to renew America's security, and there are like 4 major points of the plan. One was to end the war in Iraq, which was done. In a long-term security agreement with Afghanistan, Al-Qaeda was defeated, and as you know, Osama bin Laden was killed in 2011, which was a major step in ending the war on terror. Another part of this plan was to control nuclear weapons, and the Start Sheet of Russia began that with arms control agreement. And then finally, the last major point of the Obama-Biden plan was diplomacy and to restore international alliances like with Israel, Afghanistan, and also to increase foreign services in Africa and many, many other countries that the United States has been and will be alliance with. Contextualization, Obama is obviously the first Black president of the United States. This is a major development in the history of Blacks in America, coming from slavery and then to sharecropping, finally getting the right to be a citizen, to vote. And then Osama bin Laden was killed in 2011 by U.S. Navy SEALs under Obama's presidency. And as I said before, this event significantly furthered the United States progress on the war on terror. And however, Boston Marathon bombings and other recent terrorist attacks have been setbacks, and it's very saddening. This is my works cited, and this presentation is done.